Hello again, YouTube. How are y'all doing today? Today, I wanted to cover some of the things that I think Hydrow could do better. First of all, I really do enjoy the Hydrow, and I've had it now for 2 months. And this could also just be to any Hydrow employees that are watching and are looking for feedback. Overall, I definitely think that the Hydrow is a great machine. I really love it. I use it quite a bit. But it definitely has some things that I think could be done better, or just some kind of like extra features that I think would be nice. So I'm gonna grab my phone and then I'm gonna bring you over to the Hydrow screen right here, and we can talk about those. I only have like just a handful of things, and I actually just finished the Hartford 1 minute challenge, which I might put at the end of this video. So give me 1 second and we'll grab the screen over here. All right, so we have the library, which is great, but I definitely think, and I mentioned this in my review video that I did earlier, but I mentioned that it could be better sorting, better organization. So like obviously you can sort by athletes, that's fine. Duration could be a little bit better because there are some times, like there's no 45 plus. Like if you hit 45, it does like show you the like longer ones, but let's see, there's 56 total workouts, and I know there's some that are like an hour. There's a few that are an hour longer. And I don't know if they plan on adding more in the future that are an hour, but I guess since there's only just a handful, maybe they just don't care. The drive, this is in general fine. And then like locations, I know there's a crap ton more locations than this. This definitely needs to be improved. There are a ton more locations in Boston and Miami Beach. There's like here's one, like you got the lake, you got this, like I could probably find like we got the Matthews, like, and this is just on the long one, we got East Mosley. Like there's just so many extra location types, so that could definitely, like, this is like an ASAP. This should be improved like now. But then also there should just be a search function. You should just be able to start typing and kind of like find like, oh, I want to do an interval workout or something like that. You should just be able to search and get some workouts. So that's definitely number one on this. From the progress view, this is great. I'm almost at 250,000 meters, by the way. So like I've definitely been getting some use out of this. On the progress view, there needs to be a way to so I just did this row, like I said earlier, but there needs to be a way to like, instead of just starring the workout, you should be able to like from here, you should just be able to click like row again, like right here. There could just be a button to just click it and like row again or something. This is a must in my opinion. That would just speed stuff up for if you wanted to do a row again, instead of having to start and then go all the way back here in a library and then clicking your start workouts. Like it's a little clunky, in my opinion. I definitely, and I mentioned this also in my other longer review, that we definitely could use the ability to sort. These should be clickable. You should be able to sort through times. This shouldn't be your most recent rows. I want to be able to sort this so I can track my progress. Speaking of tracking progress, you have all of this data. I know it's saved. Why can't we have a chart somewhere on this page? You know, we've got like lifetime and like all this stuff. Why can't we have a different chart that shows kind of like our progress in some form or fashion? Not exactly sure on the best way to do that. That could, you know, maybe use a think group to figure out how we would do the progress. Maybe it would be sorted by different things. So maybe like, okay, so we go back here and we have like the month, you know, we have our calendar or whatever. Maybe you have a calendar and then you can sort on the calendar. Like, okay, how have we been doing on total meters? Have we been going up, down, you know, are we progressing up? How is our average split doing? Stuff like that. You have all the information. Give us some charts. That would be great. I also think that like the average, this is good, but I know on this one, my top split was actually 130, which is actually the fastest I've ever done for any stretch of anything. But it would really be nice to have like your fastest split throughout the row. And like drag, if you adjust drag, it doesn't tell you that you adjusted drag. It just gives you the drag that you ended with. So if you didn't end with the drag, it doesn't tell you that you adjusted drag. So it's kind of hard to keep track of what you were doing unless you're doing a journal. Same thing with the average. This could be, what was your highest or what was your lowest would be, nice as well. Those are like nice things that are a bit nitpicky. I also think that you could probably do a heart rate on here as well. You're recording the heart rate whenever you're doing the row, but for some reason it never makes it to this screen. I think that's kind of disappointing, honestly. So those are some things that I want there. That I think are big things. On the racing, I like the racing. I think it's fun, but it's kind of a little clunky. So like you have the different stuff that'll pop up here, right here and right here. But if you're in multiple teams, you have no way of seeing where your teams are. It would honestly, like, my problem would be solved if it like showed your team and it showed the two other numbers. So like right next to status, it could show minutes leader position and meters leaders position, and it can just give you your rank on each. So you could do like ML. Well, I guess that wouldn't work because they're both ML. Well, whatever. We could do meter leaders and minute leaders, and you just have like some sort of abbreviation, maybe shortened a little bit right there, and then put where you're at for each of the teams. So that way you can kind of know without having to try and scroll and find your other team. You would know where the position is. It's great that it shows you your top team, which this isn't exactly right either, because on my overachievers team, well, I guess it does put it right there. Okay, so like it basically put them both right there. But if they're not together, like I have no idea where the other one is on this. Like I'd have to go keep scrolling to find out where that one is. So I think that's a bit clunky and could be better, for sure. So I've covered better stats, covered better sorting options. I've covered the leaderboard, hibernation and sleep. So right now I basically click the switch underneath to turn it off. That's nice for turning it off. I believe Hydrow says and recommends to turn it off, but there should be like a way to either you could like turn it off like in the settings, or maybe even a setting to immediately put it into hibernate. Because I find that if you let it hibernate on its own and then 24 or more hours later wake it up, it tends to be, there's glitches. And I know that Hydrow is like a newer company, and so they're probably still working out, and I see them pushing out updates on the regular. But I feel like that could be a little bit better. I guess kind of like the last thing for me that is slightly annoying is there is no option for different modes. And I get that this is a reality rower. I love the reality rower. But if I could ask for one more row type, it would be like, we could add it to journeys, okay? I want the ability to have an ongoing journey where the journey would just either just loop back over to the beginning if you kept going. But I want an option. I mean, it doesn't have to be journeys. I don't even know if journeys is the best way to do this. I just want an option for the timer to start at 0 and work its way up. And then I would end my workout whenever I was done. So like if I wanted to try and do my own coaching, like my own personalized routine, where I was like constantly messing, because like you could, like let's say if I click this, and I wanted to do a lot of drag work for whatever reason. If I wanted to, do some interval or hit type training where I was constantly messing with the drag, your time gets all messed up and stuff whenever you start messing with drag in one of these live rows. And if you've got like a 15-minute row, your time could end up being messed up because you're trying to adjust the drag. And this is clunky, by the way. This could actually be better. There needs to be an option to like reset to default whenever you've changed it in the middle of a row. Definitely needs to be, a reset to default. I also think there should be another button or something for like jumps of 10. Like click it and it jumps 10. Click it, it jumps 10. This needs to be better, because from somebody who's coming from a weightlifting training background, this is amazing. I love the drag option way better than any Concept 2, because this allows you to do proper resistance training. And while I don't think longer rows at higher drags, you know, can potentially cause issues. That's a whole nother discussion. But I think that drag is amazing, but there needs to be better ways to adjust this. That's a detraction, but also another issue that I think could be done better is drag. But being able to count up. So if I wanted to do an interval where I'm like, okay, first interval I'm gonna do at, well, let's say we wanna start high and work our way down. So I wanted to start at, let's say 180 on drag, and I'm gonna do 1 minute, and then I'm gonna give myself a 1 minute rest. I want that timer to keep ticking away, but I want it to keep ticking up. So that way I don't have to worry about running out of time. Like I don't wanna start a 20 or 10 minute row and run out of time at the end, but I still wanted to keep going. Or even if I decide I wanted to keep going, I want an option to keep going. So that's probably the biggest thing that I wish that y'all offered, was the ability, and this is definitely probably more of an advanced thing, you know, if you're just a beginner and you just want to do some rows or even intermediate, whatever, but if you really want to like push yourself and start doing some more advanced type rows, the Hydrow is severely lacking in that. So that pretty much covers all of the things that I have to really say about the Hydrow. I do want to say that I am liking the row with heart. It's not exactly what I expected. I thought it was going to be a little bit more comedic, but I do like, it's kind of like a family slash, you know, brothership, if you will, that like, hey, you know, we're going to be a family. We're going to be rowing together. You know, I really like his attitude and stuff. It's really great. It's good to do. I really like what he brings to the table there. Just not exactly what I expected. But it's fun and it's a good little thing. I'm glad he's a part of the team now. All right, so that's pretty much all I have to say negative about the Hydrow as of now. I hope you liked the review. If you did like the review, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments sections below. If there's any feedback you have for me, if there's any questions that you have for me, definitely let me know. If you are interested in the Hydrow and this video helps you out in any way, I'm gonna have an affiliate link down below so you can check it out. I'm not officially sponsored or anything. I just signed up for an affiliate link. So it definitely kind of helps me out though to put these videos. If you do end up liking the Hydrow and you want to purchase it through that link, it would help me out a little bit. So again, ask me any questions, and if nothing else, have a great day. Later. That was hard. Yeah, the results though. Whew. What a struggle.